35 jaar oud en ek kan nie so aangaan nie. Ek het al reeds een suicide attempt agter my. Daar's nog een op pad, as ek iets anders doen nie, as ek iets change nie. So, ja, die punt van die trip is, ek gaan na haar toe en ek sê, daar's dit, dis joune. Goodbye. Ek weet nie wat agterna gaan gebeur nie. Ek weet nie of ek haar sal vergewe nie. Ek weet nie of ek sal lief wees vir haar nie. Ek weet nie wat gaan gebeur nie. Ek weet net, dit is iets wat ek al lankal van weghardloop. Wat moet gedoen moet word. En ek het altyd gerationaliseer dat sy is te oud. Net nou kry sy 'n heart attack of 'n stroke of whatever en dan blame ek myself of
When people ask me what this film of Patrick is all about, I tell them it's about the last few years of his life when he allowed me to dwell in the silence of his heart to help search for answers that would keep him alive.
Kan jy die similarity sien met die Ducati?
Ja.
Nou toe daai ou Tamburini wat die Ducati design, die bike sien. According to grapevine gossip, skeer hy die pypers op en hy begin van oor af. Jy kan sien die headlights is baie similar. Tailpiece en die exhaust wat onder die seat is. Almal dink die ding van die nuwe bikes wat exhaust onder die seat het, kom van die Ducati af. Dit kom van die bike af. Daar gaan my in 'n nummer toe. Jy sal hy moet uitsny. Jy sien die history van Ducati daar uitgemap. Dis 1972, 1950 Imola. Nou die Imola is 'n 200 mile reis in Italië. Wat Ducati gewen het in 72. In 72 is Ducati klein en onbekend. Up till then het Ducati single cylinder bikes gebou. En toe besluit die ou nou, hulle is 'n engineer, hy vat 2 single cylinder engines, hy combine dit by die crank en hy kry 'n V-twin met 'n 90 degree. En hy spul dit toe in die frame in. Maar hulle kan toe nie 'n ou kry om die bike te race nie. Al die ouens van daai tyd voel toe nee, wat die bike is te unknown en hulle ken nie die bikeie en hulle gaan nie 'n kans vat nie. Groot name soos Agostini. Toe vra hulle Paul Smart se vrou, sal hy reis sonder dat Paul Smart daarvan weet. En sy vrou sê toe ja. So toe Paul Smart eendag by die huis kom, toe sê sy vrou, kyk jy moet vir Ducati gaan reis in Italië, klim terug op die plein op. En toe klim hy op die plein en hy gaan Italië toe en dis die bike nommer 16. Toe hy op die bike klim, toe besef hy, gits, hier gaan iets aan. Die bike het baie torque. En hy besef die potential om te wen. En toe gebeur dit toe. Daai wen as wat vir Ducati op die map gesit het. So Ducati continue nog steeds met daai dominance. These bikes wat ek moet ry voor ek doodgaan. Heel eerste Fireblade. Van die scariest bikes ever. En dan die ZX R750 wat in 1993 die World Championship gewen het.
Ja.
Nou, ek het maar die ZX6R gehad. En die ZX6R was addictive. Dus ek kom hier so baie groen Kawasaki's daar sien. Hulle het 'n personality wat jy met geen ander bike kry nie. Dis ook van my ander favorites. Like het bekend.
Ja.
My pictures of it. There's a good story where I can publish it. Siya mo hindi ba dekat is design? Emily. Ini si GS. Nama pelan. Back to work. Beautiful, man. Very beautiful.
I think the Yamaha, especially the R1, it's always been the most beautiful bike from Japan. In terms of aesthetics, getting very close to the Italians. You know, the Italians have they have an ability to put into metal and into plastic a kind of a passion that this bike it gets close to. Aesthetically speaking. Damn, it's beautiful.
Wat is this dan om 'n bike se dop te
Why do people stop and stare at a Ferrari? It's just the most beautiful, most aggressive, most stunning shape that you see in the street. You can never really exploit the full potential of this bike. I mean, you can, but very few people are experienced and talented enough to do that. What is scary is that so many people can afford this and kill themselves, eh? The erotica of metal instead of flesh. Close-up scrape from Jimi Hendricks. When I went to Sea Point to score, I would see this bike parked like this in the road.
You think he's a dealer?
No. I don't think he's a dealer. He's just free-spirited, that's all. Sterk soetjie swart. Dit gaan nie oor hoe die koffie smaak nie, maar dit gaan oor die effek wat die koffie jou gee. Die is eintlik te sterk en is te soet. So actually het smaak baie sleg. Maar ek drink dit nie daarvoor, ek drink dit vir hoe dit my laat voel agterna. Jy weet, daai bas. Ja, dit kaffie nie Veral met die sugar, baie soet. Dis vir dieselfde redes wat jy drugs gebruik. Drugs self smaak sleg. Maar tog, jy sit dit in jou body, want jy weet hoe jy agterna gaan voel. En dis waarin jy addicted word. Die impak wat die drug op jou het. Fisies. Eerste keer toe ek cocaine gebruik. Coke. Was it like magic. Alcohol kon my nie so laat voel nie, dope kon my nie so laat voel nie. And it was like asof ek 'n secret ge-uncover. It's like, yes, like, hoekom vind ek dit nou eers uit en mense weet nie wat hulle mis nie. En as 'n pity is illegal, maar eintlik is dit fun omdat dit illegal is. Ek begin uitsien na die naweke. Ek begin uitsien na daai heat. En nog steeds dink ek is okay, it's fine, you know. No problem. Die stadium gebruik ek toe alleen. Is nou niks meer socially, as net tussen ek en my dealer. Toe daai laaste element van fun het verdwyn en ek het geen kontrole oor my behavior nie. En ek onthou een oggend, op Saterdagoggend, wat ek hom seker 5 keer phone. En jy weet, ek koop net 'n gram op 'n tyd, want it's only going to be this time, it's only going to be this one. Okay. For me was just one more, just this time and then I'm going to stop. Use the gram, gone, oh shit, I need more. Phone him, meet him. Score. Oh shit, it's finished. I need more. And it's amper asof my hand het a will of its own. Ek gaan na my cellphone toe en ek dial die deal se nommer. Jy weet. En soos ek sien my hand gaan na die cellphone toe en dial die deal se nommer, sê ek vir myself, no, I don't want to do this. This is not happening. I don't want to. Maar ek was nie in control nie. There's nothing that I could do. En ek dink daai was die begin van my rock bottom. Toe weet ek kan niks doen nie. Toe weet ek is 'n addict. Jy weet hulle sê die drugs is net 'n symptom. It's not really about the drugs. The symptom is the drug. It's not the problem.
What was your problem? En moenie sê dit was kompleks nie. Ek sê dit het 'n naam.
Nee, ek kan dit nie 'n naam gee.
Is daar enige verhouding tussen jou drug abuse history, attempted suicide en die journey wat ons vat na Makoland toe?
$1 million question.
Patrick! The last time Patrick used cocaine was 4 years ago. But every day since then, he has been struggling to rebuild his life. He was told that addiction is a disease with no cure, and he would never be free from it. And if he failed to manage it, he would relapse into a cycle of depression so deep that suicide is often considered the only way out. He found support with a group of people who helped him in his process of recovery. Step by step, they guided him how to work through unresolved issues in his life that might have triggered his addiction. And the next issue on his list was to confront his grandmother for having raised him so hard as the desert landscape where they are from.
Simpel ding soos ek het jou lief. Dis die woorde wat in ons familie hoor het. En ek was gesê, akkurat. As dit is wat jy wil hoor van jou ma, dan moet jy die een wees wat die risiko loop om dit eerste te sê. En ek kan dit nie doen nie. Ek het my lank gevat om dit te doen. En in die begin toe ek ook sê, toe kry ek dit terug van my ma af. Het dit lank gevat vir my ma dit vir my kan sê. Want dis nie hoe ons groot gemaak is, ons wys die liefde vir mekaar, ons express die liefde vir mekaar, of enige affection. Maar dis wat ek die meeste geniet het in my lewe. En die les wat ek geleer het, is dat ek moet eers die risiko loop. Ek het dit toe gedoen. En eventually, na 'n sekere tyd, die eerste keer toe my ma vir my sê, sy het my lief. Yes. Toe weet ek, het was nie te werk om haar risiko te loop. En dis nou waar ons vandag is. So, ek het nou 'n ma. Ek het gevoel ek het nooit 'n ma gehad. Ek het nou 'n ma. As gevolg daarvan. En ja, ek is nou op die punt waar ek met dieselfde dinge begin doen met my ouma. Dus ek wil voel ek wil 'n ouma in my lewe hê, met ek daar risiko's met haar oploop. So, as 2 weke oor, en 1 week is nou al verby. En ek weet nie hoe we wil maak met die filming, dus moet seker in die week ry.
The plan was simple. We had to arrive in Namakoland when the flowers were in full bloom. And we had to do so on Patrick's dream bike.
Dis hy die. Die ou wat die bike gedesign het, sy Italian. Tamburini. En dis essentially die Ducati 916. Almal sal vir jou sê, meeste mense sal agree. Dit is die most passionate, most beautiful bike ever designed. Period. En dis nou al 'n ou bike. Dit uitgekom ek dink in 93. So die design is nou al meer as 10 jaar oud, maar nog steeds as jy een vandag sien. Daar is min bikes wat nog dieselfde tipe van dieselfde emosies in my wakker maak. It's actually very feminine. And it's actually got a sort of erotic quality to it. Just look at how low it is in front. And this is probably the breast sized. How wide it is. Very, 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 very small, very slim midriff. The hips in the back side. If you can look from the top, you will actually see it's got the figure of a female. You know. And of course, only an Italian can do that. I wanted to say, you have to focus on me. Can't you focus on the bikes? I bought countless model kits. Many, many, many magazines. Drooling after this bike, looking at it. The pictures, the specifications, and of course, a guy called Carl Fogarty. He's not here, is he? They don't have a picture of him. But his wins with this bike in World Superbike racing is what put Ducati on the map.
het in die bike vir jou? Wat 'n gap vul dit in jou lewe, as ek dit so moet sê. Alles het 'n purpose. Jy weet dit nie?
I don't know, it's a cliche, but I think most bikers will tell you freedom. It's like therapy on wheels, and especially if it's an open road, out of the city. I can just feel how my body relaxes. I can just feel how things fall into place. Things don't even have to make sense. I just sort of accept them. It's meditation. It's prayer. It's you, it's the bike, it's the noise, it's the wind. And like I'm saying, I'm not speeding, I'm not going fast. Just got a nice bike underneath me, chilling. But the issue is, you can't do it every day. It's impractical to do it every day. But if I could, I would probably do it. I mean, like these guys, they're bloody lucky. They get paid to do this, eh? Let's check this. Having that as a career. Let's make a plan and get you a ride one. How can I get you a ride at Ducati? Can I borrow one?
What do you want to know?
Well, my favorite's always been the 916 or the 996, essentially the same bike. I'm not a fan of the 999s, design-wise. I actually interviewed Peter Blanche, talking about the 999. Yeah. So he knows I don't like it. For me, the 748 always has to be yellow. I don't know why. I just love it in yellow.
This bike is actually yellow. It's just resprayed it red. I'm proud of having a yellow bike.
Yeah. Lovely, man. Now you're talking. Yeah. Something to look forward to.
It's got the power commander for the fueling. It's got the overall injectors. Comes with a slipper clutch. It's got titanium corner rods. It's got all the bits that go fast. It's a numbered bike. It's number 270 of. Yeah,
How many?
1,000.
1,000. Oh man.
The first one I think.
Lovely. No, this will work. I'm in.
So what's happening, Kat?
Well, Ashley just agreed to let me ride his racing 748. It's nothing like the sound of a V motor. I'm happy to say I'm riding a V4, which is close enough. You've got coffee. Ducati espresso. Hulle sê die blomme is die mooiste die jaar, hè. Sommige mense sê the most beautiful in living memory. Dis hoe mooi die blomme nou is. En dit gaan nou binnekort eindig. Ek dink daar's nog net 2 weke oor. So ja, dis worthwhile om op te gaan en die blomme te gaan proe. Dan mag jy dalk nooit weer sien soos dit nou lyk, hè. So I suppose om op 'n Ducati te gaan. Ek met my passion vir biking op die lang pad na my homeland toe. Homeland, home region, hometown. En ja, my ouma gaan konfront. Van vrou, kom het sy in sy hart groot gemaak. Nie net vir my nie, die hele familie. En ek wil vir haar net sê, Dis wat jy gedoen het. Dit was die impak op my. Self-pity, my fear, my anxiety. Dis dinge wat ek mee groot geword het. Maar ja, ek is 35 jaar oud en ek kan nie so aangaan nie. Ek het al reeds 1 suicide attempt agter my. Daar's nog een op pad. As ek iets anders doen nie. As ek iets change nie.
Every single moment of Patrick's life were tied to the hope of finding that one unresolved issue that could release him from the torment of his addiction. And when the tension of confrontation became too much, he would make contact with his support group, a place of exile, while waiting for his heart to regain its strength.
Okay, so jy het vir my iets gesê dat
Ja, basies spoke to someone I trust. Mentor, somebody that guides me. And I've decided to take his advice. It's not something to just plunge into. You know, I have to be very careful and I have to do it in a systemic way. Doing it carelessly, I can hurt myself and I can hurt my grandmother. You know, so I am willing to do it. I'm still willing to do it. Turns out that might just not be the right time quite yet. So I'm going to take the advice because it's from somebody that I trust. And just wait a little while longer. Can't say when, might be a few months. So I'm still going to do it, just not now.
you told me there might be another suicide attempt coming if you don't deal with it. What about
Sure.
that?
Well, not speaking to her right now doesn't mean I'm not dealing with it. It's a process that's bigger than just speaking to her. I think in a simple way, what I meant by that is running away. You know, and I think I was primarily going to do this because of the film, because there's a camera stuffed in my face, so let's do it. And I don't think that's the authentic way of doing it. I have to do it for me when I'm ready.
So you're not ready now?
I'm willing, but not ready. I hope I keep the willingness for when I'm ready.
And that's how it all came to an end. Our journey to Namakwaland to confront his grandmother never took place. But a few days later, Patrick left for Namakwaland without inviting me along.
paar magazines kom haal wat ek nodig het vir reference materiaal. Daar is die plek by my huis is al reeds klaar vol. So waar ek die goed gaan insit, weet ek nie.
En hoe was die experience om terug te gaan huis toe?
Al die blomme was nie daar nie. So dit was 'n klein disappointment, maar dat was baie nice. Bietjie skokkend om te sien hoe vinnig my ouma oud word. Ek kan nie eintlik prepare vir dit. Nou ek het net gerealiseer hoe lief ek is vir haar. Ek is verskriklik lief vir haar en ek sou graag iets wil doen om haar seer te maak. Sy is verskriklik fragile. Jy weet, en haar gesondheid is nie baie goed nie. So ja, ek appreciate haar net baie meer om te sien hoe oud sy is en hoe vulnerable sy is. Ja.
En die next suicide attempt?
Voor Kersfees. Oh, die ambulans reg.
The December Patrick spoke about, it came and it went. Nothing happened. Instead, there was a change in season. Life for Patrick was never going to be the same again. A big publishing house noticed Patrick's writings on the internet and paid him to do what he loves doing the most.
Relax. We're sorted. Stand by. So, please introduce Patrick.
Okay, we'll do.
15 minutes before 10, SFM, South Africa's news and information leader. We're talking about one of these bikes, man. You know, when you see this bike, you go, oh, Howard, good morning.
Good morning, Mandla.
You're dressed in black, you're serious.
We're serious today. We're talking about the Harley-Davidson Road King Classic, the new 2008 model. And in the studio today, I've got as my guest Patrick van Slyt. He is the features editor of Top Bike magazine. Patrick, what did you think of the Harley and what were your impressions?
Well, I never thought the day would come that I would admit to liking a Harley.
What?
You know, times are changing. I really do like the Harley. It's a bike for the open road. I personally like touring a lot. And the Harley is custom made for touring. And in particular, that 6-speed overdrive. You just sneak into 6, you sit back, and it takes care of business.
How fast can they go?
It's not about speed.
Yep, not in a Harley. It actually feels unnatural to speed. It feels uncomfortable. You don't want to speed. And the point of cruising is that if you're in a hurry, you're doing the wrong thing on the wrong bike.
A few months later, Patrick invited me to take a road trip with him to his hometown in the Makland to visit his grandmother. Our first stop in the Makland, the heart of a troubled young woman with a destiny that's anywhere but here.
Wanneer op Samantha na huis toe is. It's so sad, jong. Dis hoe die meisies tot waste gaan. Maar jy kan al sien hoe ek weet nie of jy kan sê of dit omstandighede is of die lewe is. En jy kan sien hoe meisies so sy deur middel van die familie wat nie omgee vir haar nie, op die straat beland. Dan kry jy miskien 'n Nigerian pimp of wel, hulle hoef nie Nigerian te wees nie, enige pimp. Vat hulle in en maak prostitutes van hulle, verstaan jy? Of jy kry enige iemand wat net advantage vat van hulle. En daar's eintlik niks wat ek kan doen vir Samantha nie. Jy weet ek wil haar rescue, maar ek kan nie. En sy het gesê sy sal huis toe stap. Okay, maar sy is nou terugry, dan kyk ons of sy daar is. Kom ek wys gou vir ouma die ding. Ouma. Kyk hier.
Wat is... Oh,
Ken ouma hom?
ja, dat is... Oh, jare zie. Rodasiesveld.
Is dit ouma se?
Ja, dat is myne. Wat jy weet.
Nee, hulle in die sand. Buite.
Jy het my hele goed weggedra.
Damien laat my baie aan myself dink. Die kleintjie. Dempie. Hy sal mos nou net weer wegraak.
Ouma, wat is die ding se naam?
Nee,
Borspel.
dit is 'n krompel is weg.
Hy het gebreek ouma, hy sal nie vassit nie. Hy sal weer uitval. Hy sal weer uitval.
Hulle laat reg.
Who knows what the next big thing in Patrick's life was to overcome, and how difficult it must have been. A few months later, Patrick calls me. With a broken voice he says, "Riaan, I really miss you, my friend." I say, "Patrick, don't worry. We'll see each other soon, and we will finish this film. It will be a love letter to your grandmother." But he said nothing about the motorbike that he took into his room. The engine is switched on, and the poisonous fumes he was hoping would take away his life. And eventually, it did happen. Life, who are you? that you write our names on a gravestone. How complete are you? Certainly, there must be more than you. But you want to be lived, you want to be dreamed, you want to be stirred with passion and purpose. You are forever on our tongue where we restlessly contemplate your meaning. O life, with all my senses I declare you, but with my soul I want you to know there must be more than you. For certainly dust I am, but dust, my soul, has not been spoken of.
Come back and tell me where you have been. Come back and show me why